come up with this concept? You don't have to go too deep into the story, because I know you told it a lot of times, but from you, when you decided to launch your own company, did you do it because you had a desire to be an owner?
No, it was two things I said I'd never do. Number one, I'd never, ever get involved in travel and networking. And number two, I'd never own a company. Why would I do something dumb like that? You know, I had more freedom than all my previous owners, and it just wasn't something I wanted to do. My purpose for doing this wasn't because I looked to get in travel. I didn't. I still, the traditional way of doing travel, I will never do it. I won't. You know, if we have to shift this and say you have to do this the way the other travel network market, we have to pivot. And because I know how the industry works. And so I didn't want to become an owner. I did this out of a total responsibility to me wanting to change the industry. I don't want to be seen as this guy who, the industry needs to be saved and he's going to do it. No, my family has benefited like crazy. My friends, my association, their lives have changed because of this industry. And so when you see it moving in a direction that's, you know, not a positive one, you're like, you want to do something about it. And so what I wanted to do was revitalize it and remove the lie from network marketing. And that lie was all this residual income that your children are going to have after you perish. And that never happens. It doesn't. It just doesn't happen. We tell it from stage all the time, and we're just lying through our teeth. And I was one of the biggest liars in the industry. Unintentional, but nevertheless, I was setting people up for disappointment. It's almost as bad as telling, you know, I've seen stories of people who, if you watch that movie, John Q, and they pay the insurance premium because the insurance salesman says, when something happens, we're going to be here for you. And the next thing you know, his son, you know, catches this disease, this heart disease, and he needs a transplant. And they go to the insurance company. The insurance company say, you see that little clause here? We're not going to cover this.
Right.
And so there's a lot of families that are not in this industry because of that little clause.
Yeah.
And that little clause was, this is really not true, because nobody's going to buy your product this long. Nobody's going to stay in this long because your products are overpriced. And that was the typical thing in networking. That's not putting down the industry. It's just what it is. And the world has changed. And I wanted to bring about that change. And I knew, here's what would happen. I knew if I took my idea to some other owner and said, hey, here's my idea. Go please open a company so I can make my dreams come true. That just wasn't going to work. And so I was like, you know what? Everything I've almost run from, I actually end up running into it or running towards it. I ran from coffee, I ran towards it. I ran my son from being in the music industry. Next thing you know, he becomes an artist. By the way, he just dropped it out. I have to put a plug in, okay? And I know I've never done this, ever. You know me. I don't market any of my personal stuff, period. I don't try to profit from anything that nobody knows about my other companies or business. I don't market it cross-market.
Right.
We dropped an album Friday, okay? I think it was Friday. And the group is called Wave Pop, WAV3POP. And the album is called I Think I Fell in Love. And I have to tell you,
write it down.
It's the best body of work he's ever done. He shocked me. It's grown folks music. And I don't say just explicit. I mean, it's music that my mom, my dad, your mom would actually love. The entire album. It's a let it play. So go if you have what is it, Spotify, one of those accounts, Apple Music, go get it. I Think I Fell in Love. I guarantee you'll listen to it from first song to the ninth song. But anyway, I told him, don't be a rapper. You're going to be doing this. You're going to be doing that. Next thing you know, I open up a record label. And, you know, we've got a platinum selling artist that's been on our record label. And then I said I wasn't going to be a CEO and own a travel business. Next thing you know, I'm doing that. So